Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and in tonight's top stories, 4 persons have been arrested, 2 of which were minors in the Ario Diaz area recently. And the weapons uncovered at that raid will astound you. Let's take a look.
All right, thanks a lot, Jerome. This information just handed to me, even though it's 2 days old. On March 31st, police confiscated a sawed-off shotgun and a pair of brass knuckles out of Ario Diaz at around 9:30 at night. Now, this really shouldn't surprise you, sawed-off shotgun and brass knuckles, but the minors involved. One minor, 10 years old. The next minor, 12 years old. And arrested with a sawed-off shotgun, Michael Mendez. He is from Ario Diaz and charged with simple possession of a controlled substance, Sonan Hodge, 30 years old. Charged now are the 2 minors with a deadly weapon. That's brass knuckles, and also charged with assault in the third. The 10-year-old and the 12-year-old at 9:30 at night, folks. What in the world were they doing out at night? And they were fighting. Police got control of the scene, and that's what we have. 2 adults arrested. 1 for controlled substance, 1 for a sawed-off shotgun. Unbelievable that a pair of brass knuckles was involved with a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and what were they doing out at 9:30?
And in other top stories tonight, another member of the Javois family has been arrested. News Channel 8 has an exclusive interview, Wes Small, and one of the members of that family.
Thank you, Jerome. The 4th member of the Javois family was arrested yesterday, that involving the shootout in Montbijou in February. Now, 26-year-old Michael Javois Jr. was arrested yesterday at 11:36, charged with first-degree reckless endangerment, unauthorized possession of a firearm. We believe that was a shotgun. That was the activity on Melvin Evans Highway yesterday, and possession of ammunition. Already in jail is his brother, Akeem. He was arrested Friday. And their parents, Michael and Teresa, they were arrested a week ago. Tonight, we have an exclusive interview with Latoya Javois, a family member who will not go on camera, but she's going to give the Javois side of the story.
Well, Wes, I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm outraged by the way the media is portraying my family to look like criminals, when in all actuality we were victims of a crime. You know, shots were fired at my house, and I don't understand why a statement was never taken from my parents or a report was never done. And, you know, there's articles out talking about an injured victim, and they never explained that that injured victim was actually my father. You know, he wasn't home at the time of the incident, and as he got home and was getting out of the car, he fell, he lost consciousness. You know, he bruised his head and face. He actually lost 2 teeth while, you know, falling down.
Going through all this.
Right. And they never said that he was an injured victim, but they, in the article, they explained that, you know, there was an injured victim, you know, and they talked about him being arrested. Why didn't they never talk about him being injured?
Also, we're starting to look at some shots of damage of your house. Are we getting into that part of the report yet? Because, of course, you're not on camera, and we're looking at some B-roll shots of your house now. And you want to tell us how this whole thing started?
Well, you know, there was someone at my house, and they had a prior beef with, you know, someone in the neighborhood, and they saw him there, and that's when they came down and they just started shooting at the house. And that's what I know, you know, and I just feel that, you know, my parents were innocent and they were victims, and they're being portrayed as if they were criminals, and they're not. You know, my parents have had no prior criminal background. Their records are clean, and I just don't like what's going on.
Okay, why? Okay, now, thankfully for you, they're both out on bail, your parents.
Correct.
But you still have 2 brothers. Because one just got arrested last night, 28-year-old Michael.
Correct.
And so now you've got 2 more brothers that are still in jail. What about them? What are they saying about them?
I'm
still working on that.
We're still working on that. We're still working on that.
You've hired an attorney. You
Well,
have one working for you.
I actually don't want to speak
About that
on
just yet.
anything about my brothers
Right.
just yet.
Okay.
But I'm just really here to clear my parents' name because I
Okay.
feel like they were humiliated. My father has had his job for the last 10 years. Now he's at risk of losing that job.
Yes.
So
Okay, so what
I'm
you-
actually here on their defense.
All right. Lastly, is there anything else that you'd like the public to know? Because we're still looking at damage of your house and everything. What about the perpetrators who shot up your house? Where are they?
Well, I've heard that they're arrested also, and that's all we know so far.
Well, there you have it, the latest of the Javois incident, so to speak, in Montbijou. This is an ongoing story. I want to thank Latoya for coming forward. Even though she was not on camera, she was giving her family side of the story. This story has not gone away, and News Channel 8 is all over this report. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And in other stories tonight, we bring you part 2 of Wes Small's exclusive interview with Senator Nellie O'Reilly.
Why is food continuously going up, and WAPA came down? I saw you at those Friday protests. You were out there blowing your horn, carrying your sign. And then, what else has gone? Gas has gone down. And that was the complaint before from the distributors and the supermarkets that gas was too high. Come on. Why are we still paying? And it's not just here. I think it's the states, too, that food is just keep going up.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what the answer to that is, except that I sometimes wonder if there's collusion going on locally. And I don't think that the Department of Licensing and Consumer Affairs is doing enough to hold the feet, these businesses' feet to the fire. One of the draft requests that we submitted when we came into office was to extend the requirement, whereas businesses are supposed to, during hurricane season, they're supposed to submit to the Department of Licensing and Consumer Affairs a list of all their prices, because during that time, Licensing and Consumer Affairs is supposed to make sure that there's no price gouging going on. We introduced some legislation or a draft request, we haven't heard from legal counsel on this, to extend it to the entire year, so that businesses are required to submit a list of their prices of all what they paid for their inventory to Licensing and Consumer Affairs, so that they have access to this information all year round and are better able to assess whether or not there's collusion going on, or prices are higher than they ought to be. I think we really, until we start taking a closer look at what these supermarkets are doing and finding them, you can't find $500. What's $500 for a big supermarket? That's nothing. Close them down for 72 hours. That hurts them in the pocket, where it should hurt them.
Why does St. Thomas have 5 to 6 cruise ships a day, and we have like one a month? Why did they put a fishing market in the middle of the island when we're surrounded by sea? It seems to me, and then they didn't give them any running water, and they're just there, and then the health department comes down on them because they don't have a place where they could clean it. I mean, it's like we're shooting ourselves in the foot. I don't get it. Why do we make it so hard for the little people to just make $1?
I think that clearly sometimes things are done without a lot of planning or better planning, and I think that fishing market in the middle of the island was one of those things that was done without accurate and proper planning. But I'll tell you that I'm an environmentalist. I consider myself an environmentalist. And I believe that if we're going to look at tourism, you mentioned there's 5 cruise ships in St. Thomas versus 1 here a month. I believe that we can accommodate more cruises, more passengers, and I would like to see us grow that way. But we also have to be very careful not to try to market ourselves just like St. Thomas is. We are unique in many ways. We are pristine. We offer landscape and untouched natural beauty that I think we need to start capitalizing on.
That's a good 2-part series. I'd like to wrap it up with that. You might not like or agree with what Senator O'Reilly had to say, but I tell you, she said it. And all those committees, good luck for you. I know you're very busy, and you've got a great staff, too. They've been very inviting and cordial to News Channel 8, and I promise this won't be the last time.
No, please, and let me remind the viewers that our office is open on the 3rd Saturday of the month from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For those of you who can't visit during the week, we're happy to meet and greet you and to share ideas and to listen to your concerns. The 3rd Saturday of the month, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Thank you very much. Wonderful.
Thank you, Wes.
Senator Nellie O'Reilly. I am Wes Small for News Channel 8.